going to go up really soon, probably right after this, to be honest. And
Yeah.
yeah, and we had this applicant to the site, so to speak, column or whatever. He did a Smash Brothers video, and I said, hey, this is what I want improved. Let's see what else you can do, type thing. And then he came back with another video. And then before I got a chance to review it, we had the Nintendo Direct about Smash on Wednesday, which Andrew and I covered. You can look back at the Twitch VODs until I get through some editing with it about our reaction right after the Direct and for Smash and everything. And yeah, as soon as the applicant saw that, he basically said, "Screw it, hate Smash Brothers now." It's like that's the vibe I got from it. So yeah, that was another thing. And then let's see. Personally, I've been on a bit of a racing kick, so I've been playing Need for Speed Payback past week.
Oh.
It is.
Is it crap or is it crap?
The story is pretty cringe. I'm not
Okay.
gonna the whole voice acting in the story is pretty cringe. It's been fun to drive around. My car,
Yeah.
the car that I drive in real life is in the game, so I've been having fun just kind of memeing with that car and a couple other cars.
Yep.
But yeah, the world's decent to drive around in. Yeah.
For somebody
Yeah.
who doesn't know the story, what is the story?
Uh, it's
Sell it to me in one sentence.
oh man, I can't. All right, so you're a street racer in discount Las Vegas or in parodied Las Vegas, okay?
Okay.
And basically Caesars Entertainment Group, or like the in-game equivalent of Caesars. Okay, so for those of you who don't know the real life politics behind Las Vegas right now, pretty much two like big companies own half and half of it. All right, there's Caesars Entertainment Group, and then there's MGM Entertainment. Okay, basically Caesars Entertainment Group starts like fixing street races that their casinos are taking bets on and everything. And then you as a racer eventually make it into one of these fixed races. And then there's this lady who wants you. It's like, hey, this guy needs to win. Make sure he wins. You, the player, end up winning. And then, well, your house gets blown up. And then, yeah, you have to get together with like your old car boosting crew, and basically make friends with a bunch of other racing leads that are in Las Vegas, and go from there. Yeah.
It sounds like The Crew to me. Like it's a very similar thing.
That's what I assume The Crew is about, although I haven't played it.
Well, I mean, that's kind of more about like your brother gets killed and then you got to reunite with your old crew and then take out the gang that took your brother out and all that. So I think racing games tend to do pretty similar things nowadays.
Yeah, that's more or less it.
Yeah.
Everything story related to it is garbage. There was only like one character and like one voice actor that I thought really did a good job with the character, but yeah, that was the rest of it just overall. But yeah, it was like decent 17 hours of fun. And then Tuesday, World of Warcraft, the last pre-Battle for Azeroth launch event came out, which is the Battle for Lordaeron. That was pretty fun to play. I won't get too much into that, as I've been talking for a while now. Anyway, all right, so let's get moving right along here. The main site is, of course, Culture of Gaming, which, as we mentioned, got a little bit of a redesign and still has more to come past that. We have a Facebook community group, both for the site and the Power Up podcast, so make sure you go to that. We have a community Discord, which you can find the direct link to on the main site. And then Twitter @cog.net, Instagram @cog.net, eventually when that becomes a thing. YouTube, we have yet to make a custom URL for YouTube. We need 100 subscribers, so if you wouldn't mind helping us out with that, then that would be great. You can find some pretty good content on there. You can find the Torchlight Co-op that Joel and Anthony here do. And then Andrew, who's also usually on the podcast, has a series called White Whaling, where he basically goes and, I'm not going to forget that, don't worry. He basically goes and beats games from his childhood that he was never able to. His latest endeavor is Contra 3, so that's pretty good. And yeah, other content as well on there.
Andrew's also just done a video on Evo. Evo?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Evo, where he was at 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Just one of his like top, I think it's the top 3 indie games that were at Evo.
Yeah.
So that's now on the site as of this morning as well. So head on over and check that out. It's a great video and it's got some awesome tunes and whatnot. So.
All right. Yeah, he had a ton of fun at that event. And talked to him a bit about it on Wednesday.
Yep.
He said like they had Smash Ultimate at Evo.
Yep.
He said like the line was like constantly 3 hours long. from the back
wow.
to get in to play it. Yeah, it's like a
Don't doubt
Disneyland
it.
ride.
Idea.
It's like a Disneyland ride, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you search us up on YouTube, Culture of Gaming, you'll find us for like the second or third entry down that you'll see. All right, and then twitch.tv/Culture of Gaming. If you're watching us live now, you're there. And newly created place where you can follow us and everything, MySpace.
Yeah.
You wanted it.
Are you being serious?
Yes,
We
you
actually-
wanted it.
Yes.
We finally got one. We have a Culture of Gaming
I
MySpace
thought it was a
page.
joke, guys.
No, it's
like,
not.
What?
So
I have not. What is so good about MySpace?
I couldn't tell you.
Meme.
So whatever you do on MySpace, I don't know if it's like follow or like or like
Yeah.
whatever you do on MySpace, make sure you do that to us. I'm pretty sure we're the only Culture of Gaming thing on MySpace, so if you just type that in, I'm sure you'll find us. All right, and this relates
Where's
to
All I
the
know is
link?
it's like a dying
Where's the
platform.
link?
A
First
dead platform.
It's just-
not dying. It's dead. It's been dead for some time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Didn't
it's
it
like
relaunch?
it did relaunch.
Okay,
like,
yeah, it did relaunch.
several odd years ago.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the link?
Yeah.
Where's the link?
So it's myspace.com/powerpod. So we've got one for the Power Up podcast. I might do one for Culture Gaming, depending if it dies before then or not.
Link is
so
in
we'll
the
see.
chat. Link is in the chat. Okay.
Yes. Look at that custom URL.
I know, it's
Ooh.
great.
I know.
Yeah. So you guys
Idea.
wanted it, we got it. Anyway, this all relates into a much
Congratulations,
bigger point, and that is, as we're doing the show live here, you can ask us questions live in any one of the channels that was previously mentioned, and we will answer them either, if they're relevant enough to the discussion, we'll answer them right then and there, or maybe towards the end if it's a little bit off topic. But keep in mind that asking us pretty much any question, as long as it's relevant to gaming, a little bit to anime, a little bit to movies or what have you, that it will just get entered into our monthly giveaway. Our monthly giveaway for August is something Nintendo related, right? Was it like $15
Yeah,
to the
correct.
eShop? Or
I'm trying to get a code lined up for like a Nintendo Switch code.
yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I've got John on that, so hopefully he can line something up with his connections and whatnot.
All right. Cool. Previously, it's been like
connections.
Xbox Gold memberships for a month and like PS Plus for a month.
Yeah.
And now we're hitting Nintendo. So yeah. And then the last podcast of the month, we will announce the winner of that. Question you asked gets you entered into the giveaway. So yeah. All right, that about does it. So let's get right into gaming news. Anthony, how about you start us off?
You're starting off with me again, oh dear. So this week I've got some news about Sea of Thieves. So as you're all probably aware, Sea of Thieves was like a launched
Disaster?
It's basically Assassin's Creed pirate stuff, but online. And it flopped. It kind of flopped quite a bit. And on release date, everybody hated it. But apparently they haven't given up on it, and they've just released so they've got plans for future expansions, and they're going to be supporting it through to 2020 apparently.
Wow, okay. We saw these two expansions at E3, didn't we? Yeah, it was at the Microsoft
Yes.
conference.
Yes.
Yeah,
believe
so
so,
they've
yeah.
so they've already done those,
Oh, okay.
and they've got another 3 in the pipeline that they're doing as
wow.
well.
Okay.
So the Hungering Deep and the Cursed Sails were the 2 that were shown at E3.
Uh-huh.
They released one of them released in July, and one of them has just released this month.
Okay.
No, sorry, one released in July and one's releasing in September. Got the dates wrong for that. So one's upcoming, and then they got 3 more in the pipeline apparently. And
For
they've
2018, damn.
yeah, I know. And they've brought in so they got more people working on the game now than what they did before release.
Okay.
Which is absolutely insane. So Rare's got lots of plans for it.
Apparently.
I mean, I haven't checked it out because I don't have an Xbox One. I believe it is playable on PC as well. But it's like from the like reviews that I've seen of the DLC and whatnot, it seems to be going pretty well at the moment. And they've got over, I think it's 5 million players. I think.
Yeah.
It's crossed 5 million players
okay.
now. There you go. Yeah, and Rare's been doing interviews left, right, and center to try and hype the game up and whatnot. Have any of you played Sea of Thieves at all, or?
I was gonna wait to see how it launched
No.
and go from there.
Mm.
It didn't
That's what
launch
I was-
incredibly well, so
Yep.
Yeah.
Cause like it's pretty straightforward and repeatable, is it not? Like
Yes,
from
it's
the reviews I
very
see,
repetitive.
all you do is you try the journey, you get a chest, you bring it back, and you can kill people. That's about it.
yeah.
Mm.
But so it's like
so-
one thing that was really dependent on it for me was like if it launched well and seemed like a fun game, it'd also be dependent on like 3 other friends of mine getting it also to play together with. Because yeah, so
Yeah, so when it first released, there were only, I think all you could do was sail, attack other people's ships, and go to islands and whatnot. Funnily enough, I can't find any details on what the DLC is. They don't even have any, like, what the new DLCs are.
okay.
Are the DLCs free or is it just
Yeah, it's all
cost extra?
free.
Oh
It's all
wow,
free.
okay.
Okay, thank God.
Free
Huh.
DLC. Mm.
Alright.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I can't find any details on those. But yeah, it's going pretty darn strong. So it's probably the time to get into it now because we got lots of plans for the future.
Yeah. It's available both on PC and Xbox. So it's like
Yep.
Xbox, however you normally acquire an
much
Xbox
is it?
game, and then I think it's like $20, right? 19.99, or is it 40?
I think it's
have no idea
59
myself.
over here.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it was like really expensive. Yeah, I thought
Okay,
it was like
so-
$60.
Maybe it's priced for a normal game. Anyway, if you want to play it on PC, it is on the Windows Store. Yeah. Matt, recently you've kind of had some experience with, playing a newly updated game, namely No Man's Sky. And so,
Yes.
Oh, you got it, did you?
yeah,
I did get it. Yes, I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
you seem to have been having fun with
Nice.
it. I know you've sunk a couple hours into it.
Okay. A couple is an understatement. Oh
Okay.
God, how many did I put in just in the
Check
past
your
couple
Steam.
of weeks? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing
Yeah.
right now. Where is it? No Man's Sky. 20 hours.
Oh man, okay.
Wow.
All right,
in a
so-
week.
Yeah.
Don't
I was,
underestimate.
about to, I was actually gonna say in a day.
No,
Damn.
I'd be impressed with myself at that point. I'd
Alright.
start practicing StarCraft.
Yep, happens. All right,
But-
yeah, resurrected games. You got No Man's Sky. Do you think Sea of Thieves has been resurrected based on what Anthony just told you, or?
He hasn't told me much, has he?
Well, I can't find anything on it.
All right, just in general. Just in general.
Yeah.
I always believe there's a chance. For example, with No Man's Sky, I'm a person who enjoys the grind. I can sit there and overlevel for hours on end. I can sit there and grind for certain materials or certain objective for hours on end. It doesn't bother me. But like I would have to see what this game offers. No Man's Sky is a grind fest, so that's why it suits my fancy. So
All right.
I don't know what's going on with Sea of Thieves, but I can give it the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Joel. What are your thoughts on this here?
Well, it's a bit difficult to get a grasp on it because Anthony said there's not much on it at all.
What info?
It depends. It depends what the expansion offers. Honestly, like if it's permanent extra things to do, I think it'll have potential. But if it's just like a quest line or something like that, then it'll probably go downhill really quickly because eventually you'll get back to the repeatable meme of the game, which is what it's infamous for, which is everything's repeated over and over again, and there's not much to get from it. So it really just solely depends on when we get the details of the expansion and what it does for the game.
Okay.
So the first expansion that they chucked out in July, it seemed to just be like flags. I think they included a drum kit or something, like a drum set, like bongos or something like that.
Okay.
Different sail, like sail skins. They haven't really included any like main storylines or any extra missions or anything like that. Not yet. But the one that's coming out in September is supposed to be like the main one that's going to include all the extra missions and extra co-op details and whatnot.
Okay. So we'll just have to wait for then. But until then, I don't know much. So yeah.
I think they're purposely trying to keep it quiet so then people kind of get surprised by it and they're like, oh, this is fantastic, let's go and buy it.
Yeah.
But then that could backfire on them as well.
Yeah, where it's they're keeping it secret. It might not be that good.
Right.
Yeah.
There's always a chance for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Personally, this makes me a little bit, I don't want to say excited, but, I'm kind of, it put it back on my radar, I think. I remember it's like this game came onto my radar when they first showed it off at like E3 2017 and everything. They did the demonstration. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this game seems cool. Maybe I'll see how it launches and everything. It obviously launched in a less than stellar state and everything. And so, yeah, but now seeing this, it's like, oh, maybe I'm going to go back to watching it again. If Rare has a long-term plan, like it seems they do, and they want to keep adding content and supporting it to the game, then yeah, maybe I'll eventually pick it up. All right.
Cool.
Any concluding thoughts on this? Anyone at all?
As you
Not
said, it's
really.
kind of back on my radar.
Yeah.
One question I do have for you, Matt, though, is would you recommend No Man's Sky at this time? I'm really seriously looking about picking it up. So
The game will be more enjoyable if you have friends. The game itself is kind of hard to get into because there's a certain jump you have to make to actually be able to explore and all that outside of the starting system. But like once you get to that point, it's actually fairly enjoyable. I'm still trying to grasp the whole like and all that. Like, what purpose do they serve? Minus just some form of narrative.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Discord just had a brief little drop. Here we go.
That notification
All right.
ringtone that you have is so good. Each time I hear
All
it.
right, we're back. Sorry about that.
Like, there's this it doesn't push you to do any sort of task. It's kind of you do what you want. You can explore, you can follow the quest lines, you can build your base and share it with your friends. It's really open-ended in the terms of where you could take it, and it doesn't force you in any of those paths.
Yep. Okay. Interesting.
So what's next on the list there?
I got it. Taylor?
I thought he froze for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I am fixing
I
stuff.
thought he froze.
I'm fixing stuff from the drop.
Joel, do you want to go ahead and talk about your topic that you have lined up for us today?
Yes. All right. So, Discord. First things first. Congratulations on 150 million users.
Wow, 150 million users and they barely make a functional product. Excellent.
So yeah, because of this, Discord's looking to earn some sort of income. So they're trying to go into the game sales business, similar to Steam. So they're going to be distributors, and so what they're offering right now is a beta system with I think it was last Thursday or it was this Thursday. I can't remember which one it was. But basically, there's already been a beta for it. So from what I can see, the retail store will be selling originally Dead Cells, Frostpunk. Is it Omen Sight? Is that how you pronounce it?
Omen Sight? Yeah, that's...
Omen Sight, Into the Breach, Spellforce 3, the Banner Saga 3. Lovely series, that one. That's like the only one I actually know. Pillars of Eternity 2, Hollow Knight, Moonlighter, This is the Police 2, and Starbound. So those are going to be the original games that they're going to be selling from the get-go. And those of you that do happen to be Discord
your mic's kind of covered or something.
Yeah, mic's cut off.
All right, yeah. So, yeah, man. So Discord can't even do their primary service correctly.
Well,
but they
is that an
branch
issue with him? Oh, okay. I guess you're just ranting to rant. Never mind. Remember, he has a MacBook.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He has a MacBook.
That should be very. God, why do I even bother with an overlay by this point? Like honestly, like why do we even bother?
Dear me.
Epilepsy test.
I mean, with these certain games, I mean,
it's gonna be
about-
epilepsy till he gets back. I love this professional podcast, by the way. Oh my god, 10 out of 10.
well, hey, you can't help technical issues. But with these games, like 3/4 of them are available on.
I mean, you can if you don't use a MacBook.
What true? We can hear you now, Joe.
Yeah. We can hear you, so just
Okay.
keep going.
It never used to be like.
No, I know. I've turned
It
off the
never used to
visual.
be like
I've
this.
turned off the visual, so just let's keep going. So Discord wants to sell stuff.
Okay.
Wants to sell games.
Alright, so you got free access to 10 titles: Saints Row the Third, Metro Last Light Redux, Darksiders, War Mastered Edition, The Blob, Tormentor times Punisher,
Okay.
Dandara, Kathy Rain, Goner, Kingdom New Lands, System Shock Enhanced Edition, and Super.
And
Gone
Joel's
again.
gone.
And what?
Super Meat Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think about rounds off the list. I recognize like a total of like 4 games, that list.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same.
and they're all on Steam. Oh, here we go.
Hey, now you could actually have a visual.
Hey, okay. Oh,
But like what? Like
Oh.
quite a few of these are available on
Okay.
other platforms for
Steam.
cheaper.
yeah. Like Metro is super duper cheap.
Are they
Both
available
games.
for cheaper?
Yeah, Metro is
Well,
super duper cheap on Steam. Starbound is on Steam, and it's like $15, $20.
What's the term? What's that? What's that platform that I was talking about a while back? It's like it's an Australian system that they launched, kind of like Games with Gold kind of system. So you pay your monthly fee, and then you get unlock like 50 games or something. It is. The only downside is they're all older, but like at least half of these are on there, and it's like $10 a month, and it's probably cheaper than what Discord has to offer.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just like Darksiders is on there, the Blob's on there, Kingdom New Lands is on there. I believe Super Meat Boy is on there as well. So there's quite a few that are on a system like that, and it's just like they seem to be reaching a little bit.
We have a change in scenery for Joel there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit closer to the modem. I'm just gonna try and see if this helps at all.
Fair enough. All right, so I want to get in. I kind of want to tear into this a little bit, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I've always, maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I've always kind of had a semi-irrational hatred for Discord. Okay, I'll be completely honest.
Love-hate relationship.
I'm the same.
Do you want to start with like the beginning of your issues of like where the like scratch record? This is where it all started.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get all the way to the beginning type thing. All right. It's the fact that
once upon a time.
Yeah, once upon a time.
Settle down, children. Settle
down. Okay, so Discord, when they were doing their whole video chat thing, they never designed their video encoding properly enough, or never optimized it for any sort of thing, so that on older generation CPUs, which is still a very large percentage of the market, it would absolutely tank your performance. Okay? See, the thing is like I wouldn't be able to play games while video chatting with friends on Discord, even with an i5 3570K, which is by no means a lackluster processor. Okay?
Features now, old man.
It is by no means a lackluster processor, and it couldn't do it just because raw encoding, zero optimization was done. They always say they made improvements to video chat, never did, or whatever type thing. All right? And then there's also, if you compare Discord to, what it is as a server-based VoIP or whatever, it has the highest latency over TeamSpeak, Mumble, hell, even Ventrilo, and even
Skype.
Twitch.
Skype?
Well, no, Skype is peer-to-peer, so...
Oh,
Yeah.
Skype is peer-to-peer. Or even the whole, Twitch voice chat thing, all right? So there's that. So to me, it's a very, very, very mediocre service, and the only thing it does particularly better than, say, something like TeamSpeak or Mumble and whatnot is that it has better mobile support than any one of the other apps. Has better mobile phone support. Okay, that's the one thing I'll give it credit for. Okay, And now we fast forward, Discord is growing and growing. We mentioned it has like 150 million active users or whatever, as Joel said in there. And it's like now they want to start doing games, like game stuff or whatever. And it's like, this is not the to me, this is not the market they need to get into, okay? This really isn't.
Well, I mean, you do know what Discord means.
Yeah, I do.
So, what do you expect?
I know, but
this is solely due to a generation of income, though. Like they're not earning money through just normal Discord at all, except for the Nitro subscribers. But then even then, that's pretty limited. So, I think even though it's a bold move, I think they are somewhat going into a good direction. Somewhat.
Well, maybe they need a better business model then. Like,
they need to really revamp the whole system and everything.
Yeah, like maybe they need to start charging for large server hosting, or like get like better server
actually,
hosting.
That's a good point. That's a good.
Yeah, like
kind of like GoDaddy or something.
Yeah, it's like, maybe they need to start charging for other things. Maybe
they can do a better system would be, hey, we have a server. Now you can have premium members of the server that have special access to certain things, whatnot, make it a tier system, like how Twitch has introduced new tier systems into their subscriber system. So that's a possibility. You say they pay like tier one's $2, you could take 30 cents, 50 cents, whatever from it.
Yep.
Simple model. I bet it would be used a lot by Twitch streamers.
Yeah. And also, it's like, to me, it's like because I view Discord as a barely functional product, to be quite honest. Okay, and the technical issues we had before the show are, kind of test to that. Okay, me randomly crashing during this podcast is a testament to that. Okay, it's like stuff
me being unable to turn my computer off pure that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like. To see money and resources start going towards being a games reseller over the core function that is voice and video chat, it makes me angry. Actually, makes me a little bit angry. Just it's like I would rather much see more money dumped towards. And I guess yes, you can make the argument. It's like, well, the money they make towards games should always go towards the development of that. Or whatever. That is a very fair argument to make, but it just seems like a kind of this whole thing kind of seems like a random branch off to me, as opposed to like a logical next step in progression. And a logical next step in progression for Discord is, I agree with Matt, they should have some sort of like monetary server system or whatever, or like tiers of it.
And they're kind of cutting off their lower end users as well. Like even myself, like I've got an i5, I think it's 570. Processor, and even today, like all I've got open is some Chrome tabs and a blinking video chat bar, and then my whole computer freezes and then dead. Great. I mean, if I tried to do that with a game running, I'd probably blue screen, and then that'd be the end of it.
Yes, well.
And it's just like fix your product before moving. You're better off doing one thing right and the rest of it wrong, and being known for that one thing that you do properly, rather than trying to hold too many eggs in a basket kind of thing. It's just ridiculous.
That makes sense.
What you doodling about over there, Matt?
It's just a GIF I saw while I was reading something.
Okay. Care to share with the class?
Class. Wow. Yeah.
Okay, so give me a second though. So it's a member of the Linus Tech Tips page group, or like their website and whatnot on their message board. I'm gonna post it in chat so everybody can see it.
Excellent.
Remember, guys, we are extremely professional in everything that we do.
Just his profile GIF. It's like, god damn, dude. Right?
Now you got me curious. I have to see this.
What the heck?
It's a homogeneous beard. All right.
We should have
I should have done this when Anthony was listing off stuff at the end. That's my. I'm gonna do it every time. That's my
Okay. Oh no.
It
We're
is
gonna
an
have a hard time
inevitable
getting through that segment. All
background
right.
here.
So
Culture gaming. We also do gifts.
yeah. All right. So Joel,
Oh, that
what
reminds
is
me,
your
we have to
rebuttal to
do,
this whole thing? Like,
Yeah. Sorry. Can you repeat that again?
what
Taylor?
is your rebuttal to this whole thing? Because like all three of us just
No,
laid out
I
valid
have
arguments.
no rebuttal. I
Okay.
have no rebuttal. I think all of you have made very good points. I just thought that they're, well, acting desperate, and I honestly did not think of them creating a better business model. I'm not a businessman, so
fair.
I'm not good at this stuff at all.
That's fair.
But you guys make very good points. So I got no idea, but Discord should listen to this conversation somehow. But yeah,
I'm sure they're
If they
recording
eat-
us as we speak.
Yeah, right. If they
Hey.
eavesdrop on this call.
I think
Okay.
I do think that like one big issue, or it's like I think this really speaks to if you remember way back when, and by way back when I mean maybe like a massive like 4 or 5 years ago when Discord was first becoming a thing, it was founded very naively by some people who didn't quite understand the long-term effects if their service really took off. So it's like, yeah, you know, when you have to support 150 million concurrent users, you need multiple revenue streams that don't consist of an optional subscription. Like, you need a lot more revenue streams to support that number of users and everything. I just don't think either at some point in the line they never realized, hey, this will ever take off, or B, they never realized, hey, you know, we're going to need, it's like scalable infrastructure that costs a lot of money, and we might need a different revenue stream to be able to support all this infrastructure, you know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, to me, it kind of speaks to the naivety of the people. And epilepsy test again. There we go.
What would you suggest people use instead of Discord?
So for
Twitch
like,
app.
okay, to be fair, it does also no. Okay, so to be fair, it does also really depend on what you use it for. Like, all right, say, so nothing really does like mobile integration. I'll give Discord credit here. Nothing does mobile integration as well as Discord does. So I will give them a lot of credit there. Okay, and so it's like running. It's like because. Okay, a little bit of transparency here. Most of the site operations for COG are conducted through, you know, a lot of web work and everything because we don't have like a centralized office or whatnot. And then we use Discord to manage a lot of that. And that does work like that. So if we were to ever want to switch an alternative of Discord, what our workflow would look like, well, okay, to be quite honest, primarily COG is like COG on Discord. It mostly consists of text-based stuff, you know, text chat and everything, and it does work fine to that also. If our workflow wanted to change for COG or whatever, honestly, use Slack. It was an IRC that kind of got overshadowed by Discord's whole like test chat thing or whatever, but to me it's a lot more functional than everything. Like during one Discord update, I would always miss notifications if Anthony like PM'd me on Discord or like mentioned me on Discord. Only him specifically. So for a little while he had to get like someone else to be like, hey, Anthony needs you. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sure.
But
You're
like,
just trying to ignore me.
but no, I never had that issue on Slack. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, but if you're like a group of friends who wants to like voice chat during games or whatever, honestly, the Twitch voice app, the Twitch desktop app, has great voice support, video support, everything like that.
Yeah.
The only thing that it's really missing is like comprehensive like text integration, like Discord has.
Does
and a
does
decent
Twitch,
mobile
does the
app,
Twitch app have like Discord servers?
No.
Well,
Okay, because
wait, what
I
do you
find
mean?
the
What do you
Discord
mean?
service really
It
good.
kind of does. It kind of does. Like you can make a server, and there are like roles and everything you can set in the server, and people can join the multiple voice channels in the server and whatnot. And
Okay.
you have multiple
Because
test channels.
I really I do enjoy the Discord service. You all make you do make a very good point, but I think the Discord servers are actually really nice. They give a lot of power to the admin or whoever creates the servers, and honestly, you can do whatever you want on it. Like for example, so I got COG, I got multiple of my friends' servers that we like to screw around on.
Yeah.
And then I also have my D&D one, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
The amount of things that you can do on the service is actually quite large.
Well, you can do most of those things on the Twitch app itself. And this
you
is
could basically do all of it.
And one thing that is
Alright,
kind of strange to me as we are talking about this is a couple of years ago when Twitch bought what was Curse Voice at the time and made it into like the Twitch voice chat app and everything and whatnot.
Yep.
Most streamers didn't know what Curse Voice was, to be quite honest. You know, it's like
So they didn't market it, or
so it's like Curse Voice and Discord launched at around the same time, to be honest, and they were both really like they were both really competitive with each other for a little while there, but if Discord, for whatever reason, gained a lot more traction, even though Curse Voice had like the good graces of League of Legends and everything and whatnot.
And Smite.
Yeah,
I
and Smite.
remember that.
Yeah, and it's like, and I mean, Curse itself was not an unpopular website, but it means, you know, it had a bunch of mods for WoW and Minecraft, etc., etc. So it's like. It had all the backing in the world, but for whatever reason, the Twitch like streamer base to manage their communities and everything, and the Twitch started using Discord, even though at the time it was functionally the exact same as Curse Voice. So you would have like by all intents and purposes, you would have expected Curse Voice to have been the one that Twitch would eventually end up buying, but no, Twitch eventually ended up buying Curse Voice, and when that happened, everyone kind of scratched their head because of how many streamers had adopted Discord for like community management and everything over Curse Voice.
Well, this kind of goes into a bit of a different topic, but what do you all think of like Facebook trying to rival Twitch? Because apparently they're trying to launch
absolutely garbage streaming platform.
Same reaction as Matt. Same reaction as
platform.
I
think it's hilarious.
I'll give you a quick comparison if you want.
Yeah.
ESL, a huge tournament organizer for CS:GO, sold their English, they licensed their English broadcasting rights over to Facebook.
Oh dear.
About 5% of their viewership went from Twitch to Facebook. Just barely 5%.
Yeah, so people just watch the Russian streams on Twitch.
Exactly. That's what we all do.
No, seriously.
It's what I do.
Yeah, it's what I do also. But yeah.
But it's we're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
and their stream is absolute garbage. It cannot handle more than a couple hundred people.
Yeah. And then, all right, the one last thing that I do need to bring in this discussion is Steam beta, which you can opt into. I highly recommend it, by the way. It is very stable. They launched a similar like voice chat app, similar to Discord and whatnot. It's all integrated as part of their new like friends social system and whatnot.
Yep.
Steam beta for this works better than the fully released product that is Discord. And the reason why I give Steam and its use for branching off in this direction is because the core product that is Steam, you know, the store, the games distribution and everything, is massive and works great. So that's the reason why I gave a pass to Steam for branching off into that direction, and that is a logical step for them. Okay,
that makes
sense.
I
would say it's a logical step for Discord if their core product functioned as well as Steam did. But that's not the case, so yeah.
And it makes more sense with Steam because we have games. There are friends who play games together.
Right.
We should host something for them.
Right. Steam is also the closest thing.
Simple bridge.
Yeah. Steam is also the closest thing like the PC community has to like an Xbox Live wide system type thing. Too.
Yeah.
So yeah, that all made sense. Anyway, any final thoughts anyone's got for this topic?
I think you've ranted enough.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was one whole topic, and we're
it's
like an hour in.
Huh?
We're like an hour in.
David.
I was really hoping no one would have brought this up because of this.
For this exact reason.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I was like trying to find something else.
Yeah, I was talking to my
buddy. I knew this was gonna happen.
I was talking to a couple of buddies last night. Bad. No, it's fine. I was talking to a couple of buddies last night too. They were like, "You better talk about this on the podcast tomorrow." It's like I really don't want to.
Don't worry, I did it for them.
Hey Taylor, you wanna play some Rainbow Six and video chat? I'd say the only that's a joke because when he had his old processor, literally could not do it to save his life.
Yeah. Hello, Ricky.
I'll give Discord the credit. They can host more people in a call than the Twitch app can as of the moment.
Mm.
I don't know if they'll change that. I hope they change that. It seems like a rather simple thing to change. So.
Well, okay, I think it's like Twitch mostly has that limitation just based on like performance stuff too. It's like granted, it's like Twitch does do a little bit more of better encoding performance on their video service. I think they limit it because like especially in Discord too, which I did mention earlier is very unoptimized. If you break past, I think it's like sits on the Twitch limit, right? Is it 5 or sits?
It's 5.
Okay, it's 5. Yeah, if you break past 5 on even like Discord or whatever, your performance absolutely tanks. So I think they kind of do that to try and keep it. Yeah.
I say just at least give people the option.
Okay, that's fair.
Like people see, oh, it's not working. Then at least Twitch can say, hey, it's not working. Let's try to do something about that instead of saying, hey, we're just not going to do anything.
Yeah. All right.
Fair enough.
So I kind of wish we didn't take as much time on that topic because this next one is kind of a doozy. All right. So what I'm bringing to the table this week is the Riot Games fiasco, and
League of Legends.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Hit me with it, Taylor.
All right.
Let's try to keep it short and concise.
There's nothing. This
Don't worry, I
is
know nothing about
borderline
this.
the ArenaNet thing from a couple weeks ago.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is a bit worse. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on, yeah?
Yeah, alright, so earlier this week, let's call it a manifesto, was written by an Riot or no, I'm sorry, this was a Kotaku article, okay, that broke the story, and it's very long, very, very detailed, and everything, and can be corroborated by other employees of Riot Games and everything, so for once, actually trusting Kotaku. Anyway, it basically, in the article, it blows the lid off this horrible culture of sexism and racism, homophobia at Riot Games, the makers of League of Legends, where employees would come forward with their stories, how it's like, all right, so it's like at Riot, you're encouraged to play like a game of League of Legends on your lunch break or something like that if you want to. Or whatever, they have office spaces to do this and everything, and how you could just hear from like multiple floors racial slurs being shouted by people who are playing the game, etc., etc. You know, yeah, there was a lot of sexual harassment from the male to female employees, and vice versa too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the females aren't.
What?
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm not gonna lie. To me, this is the first time I'm hearing of this.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious. Because the company is as toxic as the player base.
I know. Yes. I know. This is great,
yes,
isn't it?
is.
Yeah, this is great, isn't it? All right. So yeah, they describe
perfect
racial and homophobic slurs being shot towards each other while playing the game and at other players inside their game and whatnot.
Oh my God.
It describes sexual harassment by both male to female and female to male. And we're not talking about like offhanded comments here. We're talking about like people routinely
targeted responses.
Yeah, and we're also talking about like
can I clarify something very quickly?
Just a second.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like as far as sexual harassment is concerned, it's not like the offhand comment anywhere or anything like that. It's like both the males and females will play like solid games of grab ass while at the office. Okay, so yeah, there's that.
But is it sexual harassment if they're enjoying it?
Oh God.
Oh, Matt,
all right, Joel.
No.
I'm
Joel,
sorry.
what's your question?
Okay.
Joel, what's your
Well,
Is this okay? I just want a quick question. Is this a complaint about their toxicity when playing the game during their break, or is it the overall workplace?
Both.
You're
That's the
welcome,
thing.
Anthony.
It stems into both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bring a new level to this podcast.
Because if it was,
Maybe a level down, but
Yeah.
if it was the break
level.
and they were being toxic in the games, I would find that hilariously ironic.
Okay.
But then if it's the actual workplace, like with the whole Riot Games, then that's a serious problem.
Okay. Yeah. So let me keep telling as it goes. Okay. All right.
Yep.
One of the managers, or it's like, there was this horrible rumors that caused one of the managers to eventually leave Riot Games because the rumors started circulating around that she performed sexual favors for someone higher up to get into the position she was in. And so she eventually had to leave because of the harassment from the other employees. Slightly related to what Joel was saying, that casually by the water cooler, employees would call each other insert homophobic slur here for moves they pulled off during the games that they played during their lunch break and whatnot. And
so great.
This company's American, right?
I believe so, yeah. Oh no, it's
Yeah.
not specifically American. They have offices in like Ireland, America.
Is it the same across the board?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it's a culture across the board. Yeah, there are multiple stories that corroborate this whole thing. Yeah.
This is the culture of their gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, this is the culture of their gaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, at the long and short of it all,
They compare us to them.
yeah, at the long and short of it all, the female employee that blew the lid off this whole thing and talked to the dude at Kotaku who wrote this up basically described the overall office environment as a frat party. And during corporate parties, said that it was not uncommon that like she's had instance of employees getting raped. Yeah.
What?
By other employees at these corporate parties. Yeah.
What?
And then management drinking
I'm trying
themselves
to-
almost to death at said parties. Yeah. And
Why has this not surfaced sooner?
Yeah. This is a really old company. Well, in my opinion, old company. It's been going strong for like God knows how many years. We're on season like 8 already of League of Legends.
Yeah.
And this hasn't come up before.
Are you sure it's not like a joke or something? Because
No,
you'd
I'm sure.
think that this would have come out.
No, I'm sure.
Like this is
Once
this
the-
is no.
Once
okay,
the Kotaku
this
article was
harassment in a-
published, an Ets Riot employee also went to her Tumblr page and basically corroborated a lot of what was said from the Kotaku article. And there are, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the site Glassdoor. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the site Glassdoor, where
Taylor.
yeah.
Okay, I just want to quickly point out.
Yeah.
Right, I've heard of many incidences in workplaces where harassment is a thing and stuff like that. It's not that uncommon, but generally it is not to this standard.
Right.
This is huge. Like,
Yes.
it's sorry. That was an understatement. It's massive.
No,
Like,
no, believe me.
How has this not?
No, believe me. I understand the gravity of what I'm saying. Okay, I completely do. Okay, I completely understand the gravity of what I'm saying. Okay, and it's like there had been, I guess, on if you guys are familiar with the site Glassdoor at all. For those of you who don't, it's basically like Rate My Professor, but for companies. Okay. Where it's like, yeah, but the thing is like to Glassdoor's fault, it doesn't verify the employment of people that post on there about companies. So a lot of times you do have to take like a grain of salt with whatever you read on there. But there are some Glassdoor like reviews, so to speak, about Riot that describe this culture as well. And this is not, and there are also several legal cases you can delve into that were kept very hush hush publicly about harassment lawsuits being settled with Riot Games.
Okay, so my question is this, so to me, like, where is the company mainly set? Like, for instance, Culture Gaming is like, it's got their main server in Australia. So then we're classified as an Australian company. Is Riot classified as an American company, even though they've
Yes, Riot is classified as an American company.
North American.
So why the heck hasn't the government stepped in and said, what is going on? Because, I mean, if I was over here, that would have been shut down straight away.
Because our government isn't as
even like
government isn't as involved in that sort of thing, you know. It's like companies. What's like the ratio of men to women at Riot? Fairly even. I think it's like 70-30 in favor of men to women, so fairly even.
It's actually not that bad compared to the average STEM field.
Right, exactly. 90-10 computer science. Well...
I mean, like over here, if you, for instance, if you get fired without a cause, for instance, the government steps in and says, hey, that's not allowed, blah, blah, blah. So that's called fair work over here.
Yeah, we have a similar thing. We have wrongful termination.
Yeah, and it's all done through the Fair Work Ombudsman, which is like a specific government body that looks into all pay, like wage wage incorrections, wrongful termination, whatever it is, bullying, sexual harassment, all that stuff. They look into it.
Yeah.
What you would think, because America is bigger than us, you'd think that America would kind of have the same kind of system, wouldn't you? Unless it's just like a
so it's like how that sort of thing
cares?
usually goes down is in America, like corporate, is the corporations handle it internally through an HR department, right? So it's like, you know, say it's like I did a job at Google or whatever,
Yeah.
right? And you know, I'm walking down a hallway and a female employee grabs my ass as I'm walking down or whatever, right? If I was super offended by it or whatever, or if felt it was inappropriate, then I could go to Google's HR department, human relations department. They usually handle like hirings, firings, etc. in the corporate world, and file a complaint against the particular employee that grabbed my ass, and repercussions will be done corporate internally type thing.
Unless the company's all in on it.
Right, exactly. In which case I would have grounds for a lawsuit. But yeah.
Yeah. But it's just like, I don't know. I'm probably making a point out of nothing, but it just seems to be that no one's kind of got you back over there. Like, it's not, you don't feel secure in your job, because if a company's kind of paid off or all in on it, then who's going to
That's
stick
a
up
whole
for you?
political thing that depends on your view of that.
Yeah,
that does get into politics a little bit, but like again, it's handled internally. It's handled internally with the corporation. You can bring a lawsuit if you feel like your I don't want to say request, if you feel like your reports were widely ignored or lacked consequence due to, and then you do have grounds for a lawsuit and everything, in which case the government does get involved, and most likely you'll honestly settle out of court. Like they'll just pay you a couple of million to shut up and like go away. So
cool. But that's crazy. It hasn't been. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right, Joel. I think you're the most League of Legends-y player here, so.
I honestly don't know what to think.
He lost brain cells.
Yeah. Because to me, right? I actually honestly always thought that Riot was a very good company. Like in terms of everything. Like I did not honestly see any flaws with it. And then just hearing this, it feels like, as a player, I sort of feel betrayed.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Because they, in their game, you can see that they promote a lot of good things. Like they promote obviously good behavior, sportsmanlike behavior. They actually promote homosexuality as well, and and I just don't know what to think.
Well.
I think Matt put it the best, in that their employees are as toxic as the players that play the game.
Looks like it, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
They've turned out a good product. I mean,
to me, this just speaks to the hypocrisy of everything, because like they have the whole like, I don't know, if I'm yelling, or if I'm throwing like racial slurs and homophobic slurs into the chat of a League of Legends game, I'm gonna get my ass banned really quick, you know, from that game. So I think Riot needs to practice what they preach. I worked at Riot Games. It was
so
Riot.
this is definitely 100% true. Yes, just confirming.
It depends on how much leeway. There is a lot of evidence that corroborates this lady's story, as well as several other employees that have stepped forward, or ex-employees that have stepped forward that also corroborate it, as well as Riot releasing a statement basically saying, yes, we are kind of aware of like the culture and we do actively work to try and fix it, or whatever. Okay. So yeah, however much credence you want to lend to the truth of it is, but there's a lot more evidence pointing towards it being all real as opposed to it being all fake.
Okay.
Like any claim that's made in the Kotaku article can be backed up by several other sources. That's the thing. So that's why I lend credence to this.
All right.
You sound like you're in mourning, Joel. Are you okay?
No, I just like I said, I just don't know what to think.
He's not mad.
Yeah.
He's disappointed.
Okay.
Disappointed.
Okay. All right, Matt. Anything else to add besides besides the little?
I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Like, I expect some companies to turn out this way, and I'm not surprised that it's one of the most toxic gaming communities on the internet. So.
Yeah. All right, Anthony. What anything else to add besides corporate discussion?
Dink.
Dink. All right.
Well, wait, did that even come through or not?
Nope.
Yeah, that went through.
Okay, cool. It's just like, what the heck is going on with them?
I don't know. Hey, it's Discord, man.
Not Discord, Blinking Riot Games. What are you?
okay.
Test.
Yeah, it's just good luck to them. They'll sort it out. Don't work for them, obviously.
Yeah, I hope they sort it out.
Do you think this is? I think this is a lot worse, obviously, than the whole ArenaNet thing that we talked about a few weeks ago.
It is definitely.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Just a tad. Just
This to me is a lot worse than the whole ArenaNet thing.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, Matt, how about you end the gaming news? Good lord, we're like an hour in.
Yep.
Oh, we're
Wait,
more
what
than
about
an hour
Anthony?
in.
Oh, it's just going to be the last one.
I'm gonna say it in one sentence, keep it short, nice, sweet, and to the point. Case Labs is closing, and it's sad.
Okay. All right. So for those of you who don't know what Case Labs is, Case Labs
Do you want me to explain that?
Yes, go ahead.
So Case Labs is a producer of custom PC cases, along with a series of PC cases that are more or less built for custom water cooling and extreme builds.
Yeah.
This is a very niche market, and they've found a place for themselves for a while. And now they're closing down due to various reasons.
Any idea when they're shutting down?
They've already begun the process of liquidating.
Yep.
Liquidating their assets. They filed for bankruptcy, and they are no longer accepting orders.
Yep.
Cool.
They're trying to ship out all the rest of the products that they have in stock to everybody who's bought them, and they trying to refund as much as their back orders as possible as well.
That they know they won't be able to fulfill. Yeah.
Yep.
Fair
So
enough.
yeah, that kind of sucks. Case Labs are kind of like the BMWs of PC cases in the sense that like a lot of features that you assume are standard on a PC case, you have to pay extra for on a Case Labs case.
Yeah.
Like
I've personally never been a fan of their cases.
They're very industrial looking.
They are towering behemoths.
Yeah.
They're no joke.
No, and it's like when he says that it's like they're for extreme builds, it's not joking. We're talking builds that you need a case that can fit 480 rad, like two 480 rads in. Yeah,
and a server-sized motherboard with 2 CPUs, like 8 graphics cards. This is no joke. This is a serious build.
Yeah,
and it takes up a lot of room.
Yeah, they really do. I almost considered buying one, but it's just like,
it's hard. They're quite the investment.
So it's like a regular, it's like a custom one for like a Magnum A4 case on their site, which is pretty standard, so to speak. Whatever, like it's a good baseline for them. Is $700, but to get like decent front I/O support and everything, so it's like what's normal on a case, like 4 USB ports, the mic and audio jack, as well as a USB-C port on the front of the case. It's like an additional $175 to tack onto it. And so for those of you in the car community that kind of know, BMW kind of has the same thing going where it's like, things you'd think you'd get in like a $60,000 car cost you a few grand more as additional packages to add on. Yeah.
It's just...
It kind of doesn't work, though, with a scaled-down product.
What do you mean?
Well, like, with a product that's only with a product that's like $600 or $700, for someone who's paying that, they're not going to really want to pay something or extra for something that they would expect to get.
Right, but
I mean,
it's just
it is
you
something
could
that
get something off
do
PC Case Gear that's got exactly the same stuff. It's like
exactly
what, 400.
That's why I likened it to like the BMW.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, BMW still sell.
Yeah.
K Slab sold.
Yeah, it's a bit different though with BMW. Because I see it as like if you're already paying 60 grand or 70 grand, then why not pay 71 grand kind of thing.
Right. Right.
So
Just end
it
up dropping
kind
the
of,
budget by that point.
I don't know, it kind of evens out in my mind. I'm probably wrong, but anyway.
No, it's okay. But yeah. So
You had the mindset of it's in the end it's a smaller percentage tacked on instead of like a set number tacked on.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, to me it's like I'm not a Case Labs customer, but I've always kind of looked into what they do and everything. It is kind of sad to see them shut down. It's like I don't know. There's not really a whole lot of other people in the market to do what Case Labs did.
I mean, and this is a good growing opportunity for other companies as well. Like, Be Quiet, Lean Lee, like all these various companies can have that chance in that big market now because they pretty much did it for the longest time. It was just them.
Yeah, I think the closest comparable thing that we got is Corsair Slate case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the closest thing.
That was the closest for a while.
That's like $500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good chance for the higher quality case manufacturers to get into that bigger market, bigger as in like size.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a fairly niche market.
Yeah. All right. Anthony, Joel, what you guys thinking?
I don't know anything about it, so I can't really express my thoughts that much.
Okay.
To be honest, I've never heard of them, but I don't think they're over here.
If you watch a Jay's 2 cents video or a Linus Tech Tips, you can easily find one of their cases.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, like it's removes the competition and people get lazy. So I think the more competition that people have, the better. So it's in the long run, it is sad to see them go.
Yeah.
Because the more companies offering stuff of what they offer, then the better it is going to be for consumers.
Yeah.
So
also fair. All right, so I think, unless anyone else has any last minute thing to add, I think that about wraps it up for gaming news.
Wow, 1 hour and 17 minutes in.
Damn.
We're not counting or anything, but
all right.
And 32 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on.
All right, so let's move right along to our movie news topic. And I am trying to cheating on movie news, but this is like the closest like gaming myths thing I can find for it and everything. Henry Cavill, you know him as Man of Steel Superman and whatever else he's been in. I can't think of anything else. Anyway, Henry Cavill is most likely to play Geralt, who is the main Witcher dude, the main character of the Witcher series, in Netflix's Witcher series, slated for release in as early as 2020.
Ooh.
Sweet. They're actually making a Witcher series.
Yeah, slightly related. In case you didn't know, they are making a Witcher series. Netflix is.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Now, all right. I'll be perfectly honest. I don't really see Cavill as Geralt.
Unless he's got a lot of makeup on.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's going to be makeup and all that added on. That's
obviously they'll be up to the like art designers and stuff like that. I think they can make it work. He's a good actor and stuff like that. What I'm more worried about, does Netflix really make good series? Because from what I've heard,
I think they're really hit or miss.
A lot of the like hype, it's not consistent in their series.
I've enjoyed a lot of their Marvel series, like their exclusive Marvel series. I think those have been really well. Some of the other ones have been, or like outside of that, tend to be hit or miss.
Yeah.
Like Stranger Things was really good as well.
Yeah, like that's an example of something that just apparently I haven't seen it, but apparently knocked it out of the park.
Right. Yeah. As opposed to like 13 Reasons Why or whatever.
Because that's honestly my main concern, that it's like you said, it hits or misses. Because I really want it to be a success.
Okay. They do have a lot of source material to draw from, so that they have that going for them. And I could see that choice because I don't know. Like in my head, he does. Go ahead.
A lot of source material does not mean like it's gonna be easy. A very very good example is The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Yeah. Source
By me.
material.
I can feel the
I mean,
salt
yeah.
levels rising. From
We
here.
knew it was bad going into it, though, from when we knew who the director was.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's a good point.
You have to give us that much.
Any idea who the director's going to be for?
I don't know.
Not M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, but I can kind of see this choice because he has the body build of Geralt and kind of has the general face structure. I can see that. It's just going to take a good amount of makeup and costumes to make him, fully transformed.
And he'll be right.
Yeah, I
right.
think he can pass it. I think he can pass this.
I think it's possible.
I mean, it's kind of, so for me, I would prefer to see it on a different platform other than Netflix, just because I don't like Netflix specifically.
Really quick,
YouTube Red series.
Really quick. So the showrunner, as Netflix calls him, like the person like responsible for the show, how it turns out and everything, is the same one that did Daredevil and The Defenders, Lauren Schmidt Hissrich.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Daredevil a lot, so
Uh-huh.
I can get behind that.
And the original author of the Witcher series, the Bud series, I forget his first name, but his last name here is Sepkowski, is also corroborating with Netflix as a creative consultant.
That's fine.
I mean, you gotta give him that.
Yeah.
There's a good chance there.
Okay,
Well,
then I'm anticipating it. I think it'll be good then.
Okay.
Surely he has the
Although
original author.
The Defenders was pretty average in my book. I didn't like it at all.
Isn't Daredevil pretty good though?
I liked it a lot.
I found it
That's
had
papers,
some pacing issues, but anyway.
Okay.
It's like I mean, they've got a lot to draw on. I reckon it's going to be fine.
Okay.
I mean, any problems with it? They got a good actor doing it. They got a good director who seems to know what they're doing. There shouldn't be any problem. I just wish it wasn't on Netflix is all. So
okay, that's fair.
It's going to be interesting to see how it turns out, though. Definitely, and where they started from, and if they go from like all the way back from the original all the way through to where it is now, or just depends.
All right. So, anything else to add onto this little thing, or no? You guys pretty excited for the show? Because I know I am. Pretty big fan of Witcher.
I have a kind of a topic that kind of relates after this.
Yeah, go ahead.
So it is confirmed for the Showtime series of Halo that Master Chief will be the main character.
Yep.
And it's going to respect the canon also of the games, from what I hear.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Is that also going on Netflix or?
No, it's going to be Showtime.
No. Yeah.
Just like
Wait, how is Master Chief going to be the main character? Like, I don't see how that's going to work out well.
Why not?
Why? Because the main character
Master
of games.
Chief,
yeah.
But Master Chief's character is originally purposely made bland in the games, so the player can feel like they are Master Chief. The player makes themselves.
But there was like a greater lore reason for his character to be like come off as bland also, because like he's a like Spartans in Halo lore, as far as I've read up to and everything, which is more or less 4, is like they're pure soldiers. It's like they're not supposed to be bland. Yeah, it's like they're just soldiers. They're sent to go do a military objective. That's all they do, type thing.
And the story works out as well. Do the books work out that way?
Yeah. It's like
the books are very they're as like I've read up to like 5 or 6, I think, and I've read some of the what are they called? I can't remember. I've read what are the three book series? It's the prequel.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's got the other species in it. I can't remember what they're called.
The Covenant. The Flood.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not the Flood. It's before that.
Anyway,
so Forerunners. That's it.
Okay.
And like the books do a fantastic job of how he is and how his squad got killed and all that kind of stuff. So I reckon it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I've been waiting for like a Halo movie forever that's had Master Chief in it.
Okay.
All
right.
And like they've got heaps to draw on. They got so much.
Yeah.
So much of the lore and all that stuff, and I reckon it's going to be great to see what they do.
There are subtle nuances to like the Spartans' characters when they interact with each other, or especially if they've served with each other for a while. But then when it's like towards another, like say like a UNSC Marine or like a commanding officer or something, it's like just the stone cold blank type thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like all you got to do is watch Fall Unto Dawn.
Yeah. Or Halo Legends.
That was
good.
honestly really good.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
I mean, that doesn't really feature Master Chief in it too much, but it is a really good example of how they can adapt video games for a movie.
Yeah. Or like a short series too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it comes out to a movie once it's all done and done.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else to add to either of the Witcher or the Halo TV series, Tremin?
Nope.
Excited.
All right.
I'm excited.
So yeah, moving right along into our anime news topic, SAO, Alicization, which is season 3. For those of you who don't know, the what is technically the 4th main arc of the story, if you count ordinal scale, is to get.
It's coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Yes. Woo!
I was
okay.
Okay, to get it's
hey,
going
you
to
found
get
another lover, Taylor.
I was gonna say it's going to get an hour-long worldwide premiere episode September 15th, and the adaptation deal from the novel series to anime has been confirmed with Aniplex to adopt the entire series past Alicization, regardless of how many the author turns out past Unital Ring. So for those of you who don't know, Reki Kawahara, the author of SAO, recently announced that, hey, there's going to be another arc. This may or may not be the final arc of the SAO series called Unital Ring. And so, yeah. So with this premiere announcement, we also got confirmation that pretty much any arcs that the author writes for SAO will be adapted into an anime series. So Aniplex is pretty much in on this. And I will be perfectly honest, I was really scared to bring up this topic with Joel on the podcast.
Okay, first things first, I want to clarify.
Yeah.
I know Sword Art Online is terrible in terms of like story, plot, character, that sort of thing. But I secretly love it.
Well, see, like
I mean,
don't.
You're in company that.
Yeah, see, I don't secretly love it.
I reckon it's great.
Yeah,
I just don't know why I love it. I hate it, but I love it. It's a love-hate relationship between me and Sword Art Online.
You know, so it's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't secretly love it. I just flat out love it. Like, I don't have to add the qualifier or anything to it. You know, I understand that there are shows that might have better writing and whatnot, or like better other things about it, but I just love the series. You know,
yeah.
Like,
but not exactly the anime, but the light novels are amazing. I read the light novels, so I know what happens in Alicization and stuff like that. And I just want to say, best arc ever. If they do the adaptation, if they do the adaptation for it, it will be absolutely amazing if they do it well. Because out of all the arcs, like all of them are flawed, except for Alicization. I feel like it's not that flawed. So pacing, the character, the fact that Kirito is helpless, and so it's not like he's Jesus and able to do everything. Spoilers.
Okay.
Spoilers. How's that spoilers? How is that spoilers?
How are we supposed to know our God mode Kirito is supposed to be helpless?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I think a better way of saying like what you're trying to say is like Kirito gets taken down a notch in this arc. How about we say it like that?
It's taken down a notch, and he has to build up his character again. Oh, I feel like he has to build up his character again. And I absolutely love it that, you know, he's not like indestructible and impossible to take down. He actually feels like a genuine main character in this.
And all honesty, that's what I've heard, like among the community and everything, that Alicization is really good. It's a really good arc and everything.
It is.
Yeah,
hands down.
Yeah, it's like I've seen like the show and movie adaptations. Haven't read the original light novel series, although I have read Progressive, like caught up on Progressive. Which
yes,
but, yeah.
that was enough. Okay, yeah, sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and I know Matt's in a similar position. Also, minus Progressive.
The light novels.
Yeah, minus Progressive.
I have I don't read manga where she's like in hospital or something. I've got no idea what seasons are or anything like that. I watched it and then I kind of fell out, fall out of it, but I didn't keep watching it, so I need to.
Also, is it really like as coming from somebody whose favorite arc is the Mother Rosaria's arc, is it really that much better than that?
Sorry, can you repeat that question?
All right, so Matt's favorite arc is Mother's Rosaria.
Yeah. Like,
really
is it that much better than that?
How should I say this? Mother Rosaria was originally in the light novels more of a spin-off rather than anything. It was used the arc was just specifically so Asuna could be back in the spotlight as a strong male lead again.
Keep it as spoiler free as possible.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But Alicization is like it moves back to the proper story arc, if that makes sense, where Kirito's back to being the main character.
Okay, that's fair.
And so if I were to compare, I think I think Alicization was better in the light novels. It was better than Mother Rosario. It's just that the anime adapted Mother Rosario really well.
Okay. Oh god, it did.
Yeah, it did.
Like god.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say what happens.
Also, I do want to correct. I do want to correct you, Taylor. That Alicization is actually the 6th arc.
Online. So it's like there's Einkrad, there's Fairy Dance, there's there's Einkrad, there's Fairy Dance, there's
Gun Gale.
Yeah, there's Fender Bullet, there's Caliber,
Mother Rosario, and then you got Alicization, which is number 6.
It's actually the 7th. Ordinal Scale's in there, my dude.
Ordinal. Oh no! Ordinal Scale.
It's canon.
First things first. I do not count Ordinal Scale as canon.
Your fan head canon does not count.
Yeah,
it's canon, no. Ordinal Scale also Ordinal Scale, right? Oh, actually, what's the plot of Ordinal Scale? It's the technology in real life, right?
It's the augmented reality stuff, yeah.
Yes. Is that not after Alicization?
What do you mean? No.
Well,
there's even like a scene at the end of Ordinal Scale that pretty much does, I don't want to say the setup for Alicization, but teases Alicization.
Segues.
Yeah.
There.
Like it teases.
Because that's the thing. Because I honestly, I just want to be honest here. I haven't actually seen Ordinal Scale.
Okay.
I haven't had time to.
Honestly, you'll like it.
Because from what I've seen, because I know like the rough story of Ordinal Scale and stuff like that. It seems way ahead of the Alicization arc, if that makes sense. Because you don't see all the technological advancements in Ordinal Scale in Alicization.
Well, I mean, that is kind of fair in the sense of, so Alicization was written technically before Ordinal Scale.
Before it, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, too, at the end of Ordinal Scale, most of that tech is like, fell out of consumers' good grace. Yeah.
Fine, 7th then.
How are you, Anthony?
I'm trying to figure out where I am.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
I've got no idea.
I was scared based on previous conversations I've had with Joel here. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because on here you got Sword Out 2, Sword Out Online.
Yeah. If I called it
and then Gun Gale.
If I called it like the 4th arc at first, that was like adaptation type thing. Or no, it's like the 3rd season of the adaptation technically. It's however naming Steam you want to go with or whatever. Yeah.
Because is Ordinal Scale a movie? Or...
Yeah, it is.
It's a movie, yeah.
It's a movie.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Yeah. All right. I will say I was a little bit scared to bring this topic with Joel, just based on conversations that I've had with him, assuming that was like, oh god, you like SAO, oh god, oh god. Yeah. So.
Sorry, I get a lot of crap for it as well.
Yeah.
From my friends who don't like Sword Online.
As whereas you find it a guilty pleasure, Taylor finds it as a pleasure.
Yeah. Exactly.
The amount of times I read the light novel series, reread it and rewatched it, I probably have to go back to it again, because hands down.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love it. Yep.
Yeah. All right, cool. So if you're an SAO fan,
ask me any trivia questions on Sword Art Online. I can probably answer it, Kappa. But yeah, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, so it's like, so if you are an SAO fan, like many people actually are, believe it or not, there's a very vocal minority that hates it. So yeah, it's like hour-long premiere, season 3. It's probably gonna be really hype. September 15th. So yeah,
Cool.
go for it, guys.
Good to know.
Yeah. All right. So Anthony, games releasing. What do we got?
Games releasing. So we got a lot this week as usual.
It's gonna be a long
August seems to be a
episode.
massive week of stuff coming out.
Okay.
And Matt, if you interrupt me, I'll tell you what. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll interrupt them for you, Matt. I got it. I got your
Yeah.
back, dude.
Okay. I'll just keep talking. So for this week on August the 13th, so today is the 12th for us or the 11th for America. So the week runs from the 12th through to the 19th or the 11th through to the 18th for US. So on the 13th, World Legacy Omen for PC is coming out. On the 14th, we have Tanglewood for PC. So it's basically a Sega Mega Drive kind of add-on for PC. I suppose you could say. It's a Sega Mega Drive game that got ported to PC. If that makes sense. It's coming out on August the 14th. Detective Gallo is coming out on PS4 and Nintendo Switch on August the 14th as well. Death Garden for Steam Early Access is coming out on August 14th as well, which is for PC obviously. Phantom Doctrine for PC, PS4 and Xbox One is coming out on August 14th. World of Warcraft Battle for Azeroth for PC is coming out on August the 14th.
For the Alliance.
As well. For the Alliance.
Hey, really quick,
Oh, no,
like,
my Taylor interrupted.
really quick, like sub end for that. No, really quick. No, I'm sorry.
Hey, what?
No, really quick, like info dump for the whole Battle for Azeroth thing. So, they're doing a global release system for the expansion so that everyone gets to play it at the same time. It technically releases on the 14th if you're in like Europe, which means, or it's like, so think of the latest time zone in the world that you can. And I think technically it's whatever the Eastern is considered. So I think like the east part of Australia technically. All right.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So so it's like it's the 14th for them, which translates to if you're in North America, you actually get to play Battle for Azeroth on Monday. Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah.
You can interrupt if it relates to a game being released. Otherwise,
Okay,
shut you.
alright.
That's why I just wanted to add that
alright.
in there just so people know. It's like by the
Don't
stuff.
tempt me. How's that tree looking, Taylor? Nice and crispy.
What?
There,
Death
it's related
Gambit
to
is
the
coming
game.
for PC and
Oh.
PS4 on
You know what tree I'm
14th
talking
as well.
about.
Yeah.
What the heck? Second, please. Phantom Doctrine is coming for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, also on August the 14th. I already said that for some reason. 2064 Read Only Memories is coming to the Switch, also on August the 14th. The Walking Dead: The Final Season is coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One on August the 14th as well. Yeah, I know, right? State of Mind for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and also for Switch is coming on August the 15th. Hero Defense is going to Xbox One, PC, and PS4 on August the 15th. Destination Primus Vita is going to PC on August the 16th. Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes is coming to PS4,
Don't
Switch,
tempt me.
and Xbox One, which is also coming on August the 16th as well. Red's Kingdom is coming to Nintendo Switch on August the 16th. Kiro Blaster is going to Switch on August the 16th also, or the 23rd for North America. So it's the 16th for EU and 23rd for North America. And Viridian X is coming to PC on August the 16th as well. And that is all I have for games coming this week. And I just clicked on something I didn't mean to.
Oh, well. So that is it? Wow. It's amazing how
That
quick
is
that
it.
segment goes when you don't get interrupted.
Huh?
It's amazing how quick that
Alright.
segment goes when you don't get interrupted.
But he was.
Alright.
That was to add on to it.
But you interrupted him. You're like, hold up. Like, I'm gonna let you say something.
I'm gonna let you finish.
But first.
All right, so the only community question that we've gotten asked for this week is by Sai the Super Saiyan, who's a frequent contributor to these questions, so thank you very much. What is your favorite non-special weapon in a game series and why? Everyone got that?
Silence.
Yeah, everyone got that.
Like, non-special as in it's not like a main staple weapon.
Like, the
or like-
Master Sword is not a valid answer.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
It'll be like a secondary weapon or something.
All right. First things first. I got two. The first one is in Minecraft. I love using the fishing rod.
Okay.
It's basically
Yeah, you see, like that's a great answer right there.
no.
Yes, it is a weapon, actually.
It does damage, and basically, what I would do is I'll have like a lava pit, and I'll hook my friends into it.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Second answer. In God, I forgot what it was. You made me forget, Anthony. Ugh. All right, you guys go ahead. I need to remember.
Look who's interrupting now. I said, look who's interrupting now.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm actually so sad. You guys go on without me.
Okay.
I think my favorite would be the hook shot from Legend of Zelda.
Oh, that was it. That was it.
That's a shame.
Oh man.
I was praying you didn't say that.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely.
Anthony.
It's one of the most
I
fun weapons.
Yeah.
I like to interrupt.
Oh god. Of course you would.
The long shot, the
Of
upgraded
course you
version,
would.
is better. The long shot,
Double hook shot from Twilight Princess.
No, long shot. I don't care. Long shot. Double hook shot's just two hook shots.
Okay,
long
so
shot
my favorite
is
one
actually
is the Halo energy sword from
I'm gonna let
Lily
you finish,
Albert's energy.
but
Okay, bye.
Oh man.
Anthony feeling like Taylor Swift over here feels bad.
But yeah, the Halo energy sword, the one that Arbiter used, can't beat that any day of the week.
Gravity hammer.
No.
Okay.
Nah.
Okay.
Megaton hammer. Ocarina of Time.
God.
Am I the only one that
Good
used the
luck to ya.
Megaton hammer?
No,
Am I?
I
Am I
used
the
it
only
at the
one
end
that-
there. Actually, I used that partially. Then I took out the giant, like the giant Goron knife that doesn't break, because I completed that quest line. I used that like throughout like 75% of that fight because it was like infinitely more effective.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Anthony, have you said your piece? You're deal with energy sword, just leaving it there.
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
All right, so energy sword from Halo. Mine is the bottle from Legend of Zelda, and the reason why I justify it as a weapon is because you can reflect Ganon's orbs back at him with the bottle.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's
Repeat that. Repeat that.
The bottle from Legend of Zelda.
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. Or
So they
Twilight Princess,
actually
'cause it
did
worked.
start trolling the players since Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
Good
or
to know.
Twilight Princess, so-
That's when all of that started. That's why you could deal with the bug net.
Yep. All right. No, okay. Actually,
And the
I have
fishing
a more
rod.
serious.
Oh, you want to know a fun Easter egg in the with the fishing rod? Like you could do like a special thing with the fishing rod during the final fight with Ganon in
Yeah,
Twilight
that was
Princess.
his Easter egg. It completely makes him stand still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I said this previously in
I think you
a
brought that up
previous
last week.
podcast.
No.
Hey, what?
At the end of Twilight Princess, when you're fighting Ganon and the 1v1 me bro part, then like if you pull out the fishing rod, he gets distracted by the lure at the end of it.
Yeah, and then you just
Really?
attack him freely.
Yeah.
and then
see
Skyward
this.
Sword is the
That's
butterfly
fine.
net.
That's awesome.
It's beautiful. We still have to find one for Breath of the Wild. There has to be one for Breath of the Wild.
I don't know. I enjoyed beating people up with sticks in Breath of the Wild. That was pretty fun.
Maybe it's a stick. Someone who has Breath of the Wild. Smack Ganon with a stick.
Can
See
my
what
answer
happens.
be from a game that's
So-
in a TV show?
No.
Damn it.
Nope.
Damn it.
I guess the closest you can get that I've seen so far, at least, is Taylor, when he was playing Breath of the Wild, would always at least have one pot lid with him at all times.
Yeah.
And he got really good at pairing with those pot lids with the Guardians, because it's an insta reflect or the shield blows up. So you have to get good with it.
Yeah.
So that's the closest I can relate so far in my head.
All right.
It's just the pairing with a pot lid.
Okay.
All right, so legit, my favorite weapon
Ganon uses laser beam.
is the Halo Combat Evolved pistol.
Yeah.
The thing is baller.
That's insane.
I would have really liked to have said P-Chan, but yeah.
No.
Okay. But yeah, I don't deny that answer. And all right, so yeah, that's our only community question. Congratulations to Sai as you've been entered into our giveaway. Please remember, if you would like to enter our monthly giveaway, we announced the winners during the last podcast of the month. So yeah, and I think that about wraps it up for that. We did have a free discussion topic lined up, but this thing has gone on way long enough already.
Hour 45.
Yep, I know. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call it here. Joel, where can the good people find you? And can I make the smut joke this week?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
No. We heard it past 2 times already. No.
It's fine. Let it happen.
All right.
Embrace the void.
You can find me on Arc of My Own, fanfiction.net.
Oh, do you know?
What? Wattpad under HK Glenstead. That's capital H, capital K,
No one cares.
capital G, LE.
I'm not going to interrupt him. You already done that.
So, done.
Let Joel talk,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Wait, are you done?
Yeah, I
Are you
said
seriously
it
done? Okay. Yeah. Those of you who didn't get that, fanfiction.net, HK Glenstead. So I'll find some really neat smut there. All right. I'm joking. Of course. He doesn't write that stuff. He's a good writer.
I would smack you if I
He's a good writer. Okay. All right, Matt. You can any other do you have a Twitter, Instagram, anything? Nope.
You can find me here.
All right. Cool. All right.
Tell them your home address.
It's like yes.
Oh.
Where is here?
Yeah.
The
The
You
internet.
can find me on MySpace / PowerPod.
You can find me at AnthonyDennis4@gmail.com.
Yeah. All right, Anthony.
Excuse me.
All right.
Did I get it? Did I get it
Your
right
life
this
is
time,
COG.
Anthony?
So
No, you didn't.
yeah, your life.
Yeah,
is
my
COG.
life's COG, so that's where you can find me.
Yeah. All right.
I'll be the one mainly commenting on bits and pieces. So.
Yeah. So that's usually Anthony's voice there. All right.
Yeah.
You can find me at Infurious Elecon on Twitter.
Hey, you remember this time?
Yeah, I did. I double checked before we went on, by the way. Yeah, I occasionally use it. If not, you can find me doing all manner of things here. So there is a way to reach any one of us, though, believe it or not, if you head on over to cultureofgaming.com and join the community Discord. Then you can talk with all of us, as well as submit questions. That is, although any of our social media places is valid, the community Discord is where we primarily check for questions. So if you asked it in the Power Up podcast section questions of that Discord, we are the most likely to see it and respond to it there. So that is your best bet to do that.
The half step below that is our MySpace page.
Yes, exactly. MySpace also takes very high priority. Okay.
I thought
I
it was
Anthony,
swear,
you
if
seem very
the
amused.
MySpace page gets more like questions per month than the main Discord,
Oh, my
I would
God,
be.
that would be-
I would love it.
I thought Pigeon Simulator was our
Don't give
biggest
them any
priority
ideas.
right now. I thought Pigeon Simulator was our biggest priority.
Yeah.
Like as I said last week, Andrew's working on that, so it's not going to be
Okay.
done until 2030.
Oh, damn.
All right.
Well then.
Confirmed.
It's in my calendar.
Just quickly goes into like Google Calendar, puts an alert for 2030.
Yeah.
What date
Done.
roughly? What month do you think?
We're
August.
shooting for November
August 2030?
Yeah, November 2030. No.
November 2030.
Yeah.
December 2030, so you could put it back if you
December
really need to.
31st.
11:59.
Yep. Okay, is that everything for the? this week?
Yeah, I
podcast?
think that about
think
does it
so.
for this week, guys. So make sure you guys check out Retro Rumble. Moved to kind of the new format this past week. They talked about all manner of retro gaming. Last week was about Metal Gear.
Yep.
Or Metal Gear Solid specifically. Did they ever mention like the NES Metal Gear?
I think that went from 1 through.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Okay, cool. And do they have a main theme lined up for this next week or no? Not yet.
Yes.
Okay.
So the theme for this week
wow.
is Final Fantasy. They're gonna have
Oh boy.
David, what's his name? David, Mike, Kevin, and Aiden are gonna be on this week.
All right.
So you can head on over to this channel and check them out tomorrow at 10 p.m. British Standard Time, which
What
is
is
like
that in freedom time?
freedom time. So for my
Hold on.
time, it's like 7 a.m.
Hold on. What do I
Come on,
have?
Taylor, you're the American. Get it right.
It's like 7 a.m. It's 2 p. It's like 7 a.m. your time.
Yep.
It's like 2 p.m.
Yes.
Pacific Standard Time the day before.
Okay.
Yep.
Good
Yep.
to know.
For all the Americans out there. All right. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you guys next week.